Hello everyone, I come to do a little small Valentine's Day project that you can do. I know Valentine's Day is coming up next month in about three weeks or so. So I decided to make a Valentine's Day pillow. And I know you all are probably tired of seeing Tweety Bird, so I decided not to do Tweety Bird today. I decided to do Hello Kitty. So I'm going to show you everything that I did some of the work already off camera to make the video go a little bit faster. So first you're going to need a sewing machine first off. I'm going to be using a sewing machine later on. And this is the fabrics that I'll be using. And, the pillow is actually going to be made out of this. This is like a black, white, and gray leopard print fabric. And I thought it was really pretty. I just used some of the scrap fabric that I had left over from previous projects that I did a long time ago. Because I didn't want to buy anything. So everything that I'm using I already had at home. So this is going to be the base of the pillow. It's going to be made out of this. And I'm going to cut this fabric into the shape of a heart. And it's kind of glittery. I thought it would be really pretty against the black and white fabric. I thought it would look really pretty on top of the red with the black and white. So I'm going to use that. And I'm going to show you how I cut everything out in a second. Then this, I'm using a white satin fabric for the Hello Kitty, which I've already drawn the Hello Kitty on the fabric, as you can see. And I just drew it out with an ink pen, basically. You're not going to see any of it anyway when I sew it down. You're not going to see any of the Hello Kitty. And this is like a baby pink satin fabric. And I'm going to do the bow in satin. So I drew the satin, I drew the bow onto the pink satin fabric. And I'm just going to sew it on the corner of the ear right here. I'm going to have to cut all this out. I'm going to do that in a second. And this is the body here. I'm going to sew that on top of this. So she's going to have on like a little pink outfit. So that's basically all that I did so far. Also, you're going to need some cotton or pillow stuffing. You can use the stuffing out of an old pillow if you want to. That's what I'm doing because I don't have any new stuffing. I'm not going to be doing anything with this pillow, so I'm just going to cut it open, get the stuffing out to stuff the pillow with. And also I got this little piece of fabric here, and this is, I'm going to use this up under the Hello Kitty because this white satin fabric is really thin, and when I lay it on top of the leopard, you can see the leopard print through. As you can see the leopard print through the Hello Kitty. I don't want that, so I'm just going to put this up on to stabilize the fabric some, and that way you won't be able to see it. So let me set my sewing machine up, and then I'll be right back. Okay, so this is like a little piece of heart that I cut out of the red fabric. Let me show you the fabric. This is a fabric that I had, and I cut a little piece of red heart out. I forgot about to cut it out for this area here because Hello Kitty's holding a heart. So I cut that out already. So the next thing I'm going to do right now, I'm going to cut out. I'm going to do this off camera and I'll be back because I'm trying to keep the video from being so long. The next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to cut out the Hello Kitty. And I'm going to cut out the bow and the little body part right quick. And then I'll be back. So this is basically what it looks like. And these are the pieces that I cut out. So basically what I'm going to do, I'm going to pin this down on top of this. I'm just going to get some stick pins and pin it down. And the little bow will be here. And then I'll pin the little heart down like this. So right now it just looks like some scrap pieces of fabric. It don't really look like much right now. But I'm going to pin it down right quick. So what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to lay the Hello Kitty on top of this because I'm going to put this up under it to make it thicker so the leopard won't show through like I said. So I'm just going to stick a few pins in it just to hold it down because satin fabric is really slippery. This slides a lot. Put this up under it. Just going to stick a few pins in it here and there. And the first thing I'm going to work on is the eyes. That's going to be the first. The eyes and the nose is the first thing that I'm going to do. And I'm pinning it down just to keep it from sliding. Like I said, satin fabric is really, really, really slippery. It slides a lot when you're sewing it. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to set my sewing machine up, and I'm just going to do the eyes and the nose right quick. So let me set it up right quick, and then I'll be right back. So hopefully you can see pretty good. This is the best angle that I could actually get with my sewing machine. I've never filmed a sewing video before, so I don't know which angle to do, but this seems to be okay. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to take my sewing machine, I'm going to put it on a zigzag stitch, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to start off with 2, and then I'm going to go all the way up to 5. What I'm going to do, I'm going to do it on 2 all the way around first, and then I'll set it up on 5 and just do the middle so it'll look like that it's a complete circle. Hopefully. I haven't did this in a while, so I can't remember exactly how to do it. So I'm going to start off, I'm going to put my sewing machine right in the center of the line of the eye, and I'm just going to take it all the way around. So that's what it looks like. I messed it up a little bit, but that's what it looks like so far. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to fill it in. I'm going to go up to 5 now on my sewing machine. As you can see, this is the first eye. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do it to the same thing to this one, and then I'm going to do the nose as well. Okay, so I cut a little bitty tiny piece of pink satin fabric. I'm going to put this place this on the nose, on the center of the nose when I get ready to sew it, like that. I'm sorry, my camera is at an angle, so I'm just going to place that in the center of the nose like that, and I'm going to sew around it. So basically all I did was pin the pink part down for the body, for the little outfit, and the red heart. And what I'm going to do now, I'm going to take it to my sewing machine. I'm just going to do just a basic stitch all the way around it, so I can cut the excess of this green fabric off. So I'm just going to do just a regular stitch all the way around the Hello Kitty right quick. And then I'll cut the excess off, and I'll come back and show you what I'm going to do next. Okay, as you can see, I just stitched just a basic stitch around the edges. I'm going to go over that anyway, so it won't be seen. I just did that just so I can cut off the excess of the green fabric that I have up under. So this is what it looks like so far. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to trim all of this green off, and I'll come back and show you what I'm going to do next. So this is the red fabric I have. I'm just going to cut it, fold it in half like this. And I'm not, well, I guess I could outline it on there right quick. Just going to take a marker. It might be a little hard to do because this fabric is a little bit stretchy. So it's really stretchy, so it's moving as I draw. So it's actually going to be 2 hearts on there, on the fabric. Like that. So I'm going to go ahead and cut that out right quick. And I'm going to open it up. As you can see, it's shaped like a heart. And it'll look better once I sew it down. So even though it's not perfect, when I sew it down, I'll be able to make the corrections that I did on it. So next what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take the leopard fabric and I'm going to pin the Hello Kitty down on it, which I haven't done yet. I'm going to pin it down. And I'm going to pin the heart. I'll probably place it like maybe about right here, right in this area, like that. So I'm going to pin that down right quick, and then I'll be at the sewing machine. I'm going to sew it down. I'm going to sew it down on the zigzag stitch just like I did the eyes, but I'm going to do it at a wider width. I'll probably do it at the widest width, which is 5 on my sewing machine. So I'll do that, and then I'll show you how to put the pillow actually together. So I'll be back in a few. So right now what I'm going to do is pin this down and then stitch it down on the sewing machine. Okay, so the video won't be so long. I'm going to go ahead and just do all the stitching on this off camera, because this video will be probably 5 parts long if I record all of it. So basically what I'm going to do is, you saw the way I stitched the bow in and around the edges of the Hello Kitty. I'm going to do that on all the lines you see. I'm going to do that all the way around here. And I'm going to do that around the heart, around the hand, and the little tail, the feet, and all that. I'm going to do all that off camera. And I'll come back and show you how to actually put the pillow together. And I'm going to do it around the heart as well. So like I said, I'm going to do that off camera so the video won't be extremely long. And then I'll come back and show you the rest. Okay, so I'm holding my camera. I'm sorry about the shakiness of it. So I finished sewing down all of the Hello Kitties. You can see I did it in the outline that I drew. I went around all of it already, and I need to fix one of the eyes on here. I'll do that in a minute. And I actually sewed down the heart on this end. So right now what I'm going to do, I'm going to sew the whiskers in. I haven't did that yet. So you can see the little lines where I'm going to draw it. I'm just going to stitch it the same way I did around the Hello Kitty. I'm going to do it on the widest zigzag stitch that I have on my sewing machine, which is 5. Mine goes all the way up to 5. So I'm going to do that right quick. So you can see how that stitch looks that I just did right there. So I'm going to do that on all sides. I'm going to do all three on this side, 3 on that side, and then I'll be back. Okay, so I finished sewing all of it down. I did finish the whiskers and everything. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to take this piece of fabric, the part that I just embroidered, it's already in a square, and I'm going to lay right sides together. So the right side will be facing up on this side, and on this side I'll be facing it down. So this will be backwards. Let's put the camera down. I'm sorry I have to hold my camera out because my tripod is broken. So anyway, you want to lay them right sides together. And now what I'm going to do, normally I would just cut around this so the square will be even, but what I'm going to do before I cut it, I'm going to pin it, go ahead and pin it down all the way around. So I'm going to put stick pins all the way around the edges of it, all the way around, all the way around. And then after I pin it down, then I'll cut it. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and I'll be back. Okay, so I got it pinned. I'm going to get a little closer so you can see it. I have it pinned all the way around the edges of it. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to take my scissors, and this corner I don't have to worry about cutting it because it's already even, and at the bottom it's already even. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to take my scissors and cut this line off here, cut it even all the way down around the sides like that, and then I'll be back. Okay, so I pinned all around the edges and everything, as you can see, and I cut it. So the next thing that I want to do is take out some of the bobbin pins on the bottom of the pillow. And the reason why I'm doing that is to remind me to leave an opening at the bottom of the pillow so I can turn it inside out after I finish sewing it. I like doing mine at the bottom. You can do it on the side or the top, whichever area you want to leave open. But I like doing mine at the bottom because the bottom of the pillow is most likely the part that won't be really seen. It won't be very visible that much. So I'm going to do it at the bottom part. So I'm just going to leave an opening about just big enough so you can flip it inside out and stuff it. So about that long, I would say probably about maybe 3 inches, 4 inches in the bottom area. So I'm going to take about 3 or 4 bobbin pins out down in this area. And then I'm going to start, and I'm just going to sew all around the edges, just a regular stitch all around the edges of the pillow. Okay, so like I said, I'm going to start like center ways at the bottom. I'm going to start at the bottom area of the pillow, the section where I'm going to leave an opening in it. And when I start, I'm going to sew down, and then I'm going to back stitch a little bit, and then I'm going to come back and just go all the way around the pillow. I'm back stitching because I want to secure this area, so when I start stuffing the pillow, the threads will start coming loose. So you definitely want to back stitch in between the opening that you're going to leave to stuff the pillow in. So I'm just going to go ahead and start stitching straight. And I'm going to, like I said, I'm going to back stitch the first opening area of it. And I'm hoping that you can actually see what I'm doing. And when you get to the corner, you want to stop it and make sure your needle is down, and just turn the fabric. Turn it. And you want to make sure that you don't sew over any stick pins, because you can break the needle on your sewing machine if you do that. So if you see any that looks like it's in the way, just pull them out before you sew over it. Don't sew over them. So this is the bottom of the pillow, and you don't want to sew all the way down on this end because you need to leave an opening, like I said, so you can turn the pillow inside out and so you can stuff it. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to go down to where the stick pin stop at, which is right here, and I'm going to back stitch and I'm gonna leave this right here, this part open, as you can see. So I'm not gonna go all the way down. If you stitch it all the way around, you won't be able to turn it inside out and stuff it. So you want to leave an opening in it so you can do that. So I'm just gonna sew down to the point where the stick pin stop, and I'm gonna back stitch that little last area as well. And this is the end of where my stick pin stop at. So right now I'm gonna back stitch right here. And that's it. Then I'm gonna take it out right quick. So I'm gonna remove it from this and take all the stick pins out, and then I'll be back. Okay, so I finished sewing it all the way around, and this is where I left the opening at the bottom area here. As you can see, the opening that I left, so I can flip it inside out. But before you flip it inside out, you want to take your corners and you want to take the corners of it, and you want to snip off the corners, but don't cut down so far till you cut the part that you sewed. You want to clip it like that. So you want to do that in all four corners. Okay, so next what you want to do is you want to press the seam open on it. Since it's a pillow, you don't have to do all of the edges. Just the one that the main one you want to do is the area where you left the opening at, which is here. And it's important to do this because if you don't, it'll be a little harder to sew down because you have to stitch this by hand to close it up after stuffing the pillow. So you want to make sure that it has that little fold in it already, so you won't have to try to pin it down and do that. It'll just be much easier to iron it open. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go to the ironing board, I'm going to press the seam open on just the bottom area, and then I'll be right back. Okay, so I pressed the seam open, as you can see, and that's the other side. So now what you're going to do, you want to stick your hand on the inside of it and just flip the fabric inside out. So I did my hole really tiny, so you just want to grab the excess fabric and just flip it inside out, basically. And you want to make sure you get the corners good, so you want to press in the corners really good so the point will be right on it. See how that is? Since I pressed it in. You want to do that to all four corners. Just press it out like that. And you want to do that corner, and you want to do the other corner. So this is what you're left with so far. So now what you want to do, you want to take cotton and you want to stuff this as full as you want it to be. Well, this I have to tear just so it can be soft enough. And you want to just start filling in the pillow and stuff it in a little small area that you had. Like that. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to do this off camera so I can cut down some of the video time. I'm going to go ahead and stuff it, and then I'll be back. So you can see I finished stuffing the pillow, and this is what it looks like. Let me turn it this way so you can see it. That's what it looks like. Really, really cute. So next, what you want to do now, which you have to do this by hand, is you want to stitch this closed. And since you press the seams open, the fabric is already folded on each end. So what you want to do is just take tiny stitches, and you want to close this up, close the opening up. I know I sold most of the pillow with black thread, but since the fabric is mostly white, you want to use a white thread. Or whatever color of thread you're using, you want to match the thread with it. I couldn't find any white thread, but I did have some clear thread, which is perfect. You can use this pretty much with any color of fabric you use. You can use a clear thread, it won't show. So what you want to do now, see, can I zoom in some so you can see it better? There. So hopefully you can see that. So now what you want to do is you want to take tiny stitches. You want to grab a little piece of fabric from each side. And I should have used a smaller needle for this. Definitely I should have used a smaller needle. And you just want to stitch it close, all the way close. So this is going to be a little difficult to do. Not difficult, but it's a little time consuming to do. So you want to grab a piece of fabric from each end. And then pull it. So I'm going to go ahead and stitch all of this close. I'm going to do this off camera. Oh, I'm sorry, you probably didn't even see that. So let me do it one more time. So what you want to do, you want to grab a piece of fabric from each side. One from this side. And you want to do this on the inside of the fabric so it won't be seen. And pull it close like that. So as you can see, you can't see any of the stitching that I've done. So I'm going to go ahead and stitch all the way down, and then I'll be back when I'm completely finished. So this is what the end result came out like. I'll take some pictures and post it at the end of the video. Also, this is just a couple of more ideas. You don't have to make a pillow with the Hello Kitty. You can take the Hello Kitty and just make it, and you can also apply this to a t-shirt or anything else that you want to do if you want to wear it. You can actually do it and put it on the outside of your purse. It's a lot of different things you can do with it. So you don't just have to make a pillow with it. You can do other things with it as well. So hopefully you like it. Let me know what you think, and I will talk to you later, YouTube. Till then, take care.